glue set. I love it. And so we are going to talk about something that I know I'm so excited about because I get to craft with you. We're going to switch. Yes. So this is...
Well, I'm not that bright and I forgot the markers, so we're just going to pretend. But yes, we're going to do some things.
This is the Shrink Plastic Collection. It is a spring theme. There are so many options here. Okay, so it is an 8 by 11 shrink plastic. You get how many sheets? 8 printed sheets. 2 unprinted sheets. So we're going to talk about how you use that. And of course, if you need the instructions, we have that too, but that's why we're doing a live presentation so that you can find out how you can use this in all the different ways.
I feel like I'm going to age myself, but if you are of a certain age, you know what you're looking at right here, right? So this is a thing that a lot of us grew up on. What these are, and I'm just going to walk around to the side of the table. So we've got 8 pre-printed sheets. They're black and white. They've got images that coordinate with the Kingston Crafts Collection. But if you look on some of the tables, so like right here, this is what looks like a hard plastic pink flower embellishment. What it is this that you color. You add some heat by putting it into your oven, and it makes these really fun, gorgeous plastic embellishments that are perfect for your projects. So we've got spring themed, we've got sentiments, we've got phrases, we've got all these gorgeous, and you can color them with colored pencils, you can color them with acrylic pens, which I had backstage but forgot to bring, so we're just gonna pretend. I know, I'm so bummed, because we talked about how excited we were about coloring. So what I'm gonna show you, now, let's get real. You want to do this in an oven, but HSN said, no, Beth, you can't bring an oven onto the craft set. So I'm going to show you how to do it with a heat gun, just to give you an idea. But I want to show you some finished projects first because I want you to see what we're talking about. Look at these gorgeous. So this is one of those that you're going to get it and you're going to think this is for those special cards. This is for those special projects. But this is also something that you're going to do with your kids and grandkids. If you're someone that grew up using these like I did, you remember how much fun they were. Your kids and grandkids are going to think this is the greatest thing ever. And see, we've got some sentiments to go with. We've got some florals. I mean, look at how fun this is. You're customizing them to look like however you want them to look, whatever color you want them to be. And it's just what the whole process of coloring them and watching them shrink is a whole thing. So I want to show you like some examples of what. So
really quickly,
tell me.
We have how many left? A little over 1,000 available, but I did want to mention really quickly because we're seeing a lot of holiday themes, but think about this from the perspective of you want to get your teachers' gifts in now.
This would be so fun.
My gosh, my kids make this in their classes and make little keychains. The teachers would love this. Get this for your teachers in your life, but also for yourself. This is a great craft to do with your kids.
I mean, look at how fun. So I'll go back and show you really quickly. So this is a colored one of the Easter Bunny. This is the size that it shrinks down to. Is that not the most fun? Your kids are gonna think this, and here's what I love about this as a project. A lot of times, here's another perfect example. A lot of times when we're working on a project, like especially a bigger project, you get so deep into it that you just need to take a break, if that makes sense. Like if you're working on a mini album or if you're working on a bunch of cards, this is one of those things you're gonna set aside on your table, and just when you need 5 minutes to take a break, you can go and color it, and then when you're ready, you can, so look at how beautiful this is.
Gorgeous.
But then look at the detail you still get once you've shrunk it down. So Beth's gonna try and experiment because I'm not totally sure how this is gonna work, but I want to show you, for those of you who are not familiar with how these work, I want to give it a try. This could be either the greatest thing or the most hilarious. I've already been on the bloopers once. Okay.
It's all right, we have a fire suppression system.
Okay, great. Everything's fine, we're fine. So I took one of the flowers and I colored it. This was using acrylic pens, but you could, again, you could use colored pencils, you could use alcohol markers, you could use regular pens.
Okay.
I'm gonna add a little heat to it and see what happens. So you want to use an oven at home. You put it in for 250 degrees for like 2 or 3 minutes. What happens is, and you'll be able to see it through your oven, and you'll see it here in a second, is it's going to start to curl up as it heats. And once it gets hard and once it shrinks down, it's going to go back flat. Relatively, we think it's going to go back flat.
Yeah.
So what's so cool about this is, like, when I'm making dinner, I just pop this, there we go, I just pop it in the oven as the oven is preheating, right? Because it just takes a couple minutes. Now see, it's all shrunken up, and now watch what happens. It starts to sort of lay back flat. And I'm doing this with a heat gun. If you were doing it in an oven, it will naturally lay back flat by itself. But even if I am doing this with a heat gun, I can take this
Ooh, there you go.
Press it down, and now I have a perfectly flat.
So cool.
But look at how fun that is. So your kids are gonna think that this is the greatest thing that has ever happened to them. This is the size that it started. If we brought markers, I would have, we would have colored some. But I want you to see the size difference, and I want you to see it just takes a few seconds, and it's so much fun. So use them on your scrapbook pages. Use them on your, did we see this little, look at how precious this is. Your kids are gonna think this is the most fun they have ever had. And it's a throwback to a time, I think, again, we weren't on our computers, you were sitting around the table, you were coloring, you can use markers you've already got at home, but it really adds a wow. This is something that if you exchange cards with your friends, if you're one of those people in your family that people like, they know you're bringing your A game when you make cards, this is something no one else is going to have on their projects, and it just adds this extra pop of wow, but not too much thickness, right? Oh my gosh, look at this one. Oh, the bouquet inside the,
cute.
Look at how
You're gonna look at even more finished projects, but we wanted to let you know
oh my gosh,
that ever since we talked about this at the top of the show, people have been jumping on this. They're so excited about it because it's nostalgic. People love this. So look at the order number. It is 865-168. Get it in your cart now. You don't want to miss out on an opportunity to have a craft that you can do with the little ones, ones that you can do with
sitting
grandma
in front of the TV,
oh my
getting
gosh.
off of,
Everybody can participate, and it is so satisfying to see when they shrink, and then you can use it for any number of things. Your paper crafts, you can use it for, I drew
could make
holes in them.
Listen, we're sharing a same brain. You could make little charms. I mean, again, if you've got little ones in your life that love to be creative, so look at how fun that is, and it just takes a few seconds, and it was this big to start. That's what I think is so cool. Oh, really quickly, let's talk about what you can do with the blank ones. So, if you're somebody that does have a lot of stamps and dies, you can use an ink pad and stamp your own designs and color it and shrink it. So we gave you two full sheets of these. Again, it's the value, $17.95. That's less than $2 a sheet. I think they're $3 and $4 per sheet, the blank ones, when you buy them at the store. This is something we want you to get, right? You may see it and be like, no, I don't want to spend $4 for a blank piece of paper. But we've already done the work for you. Just take the markers you've already got at home, take the ink pads, do some fun projects, enjoy this with your kids, and it's going to add these really amazing embellishments. You are going to be that girl.
You are going to be that girl.
To your friends when they get your cards, because they're going to be like, how did you make this?
And if you're thinking to yourself, wait, hold on a second, what is all this cute paper? If you hadn't been with us at the top of the show and you're just joining us and you're going, oh my gosh, look at all these cute cards that she made.